not treated like dirt. Why can't we all get along? Or get along with a cop who treats you like
amazing. It exceeded my expectations anyway. I had no idea what we were really getting into. Heard nice things from bands and friends and people along the way. Of course, I know that Wacken production is top notch, and not only was it what I thought, but even better. So nice reaction from the public, and the band had a great time. Dog Eat Dog has a place in the metal community, but it's not all we do, so we're a little bit outsiders here. So for us, it's really nice to be embraced and shown love by the Wacken family.
There was a kind of an accident yesterday. There was one bag missing. How do you approach a show with something like this?
This was a big discussion before the show, and it had been after the show, but right before the show and during the show, we all focus on our performance, on the music. Like, we go out there and it's just like we switch. We've had similar situations in the past where something got lost. I remember we played the show in Russia and all our equipment got lost at the Russian airport in Moscow. Everything, yeah, and we still managed to play the show, and it was one of our best shows on that tour because we pulled on the same road, and we got our stuff together. We asked other bands to get their equipment, bass, guitar, and everything, and it was one of the best shows. So that's normally how we do. Under any circumstances, we try to be a team and just get the best out of the situation.
Back when you started out, when someone would have told you that you would someday play on a cruise ship, what would you have thought?
I mean, these things come up after 27 years. A lot of things like this come up. Even before the show, we always come together and have a moment to bond before we hit the stage, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Like, hey, in 1990, if you would have told us that we would be in the Mediterranean Sea right now doing a show, we would have laughed at you. But so many things in our life and our career have gone like this that it's just incredible, you know. Many years ago, I said I'd take my hands off the wheel and stop trying to drive the bus, you know. Dog Eat Dog is a machine that goes where it wants to go, and me or Raj or anyone in the band, we can't pretend to control it, you know. It has its own life, its own mind, and we're passengers on this ride.
We've always been a band that people cannot just categorize within one genre of music, you know. Like we have some rock influences, we definitely have hardcore, punk, also metal influences, we have reggae songs. So we've always been like the collared shirt within the black mass. It's always good to see that people are tolerant and they're open-minded, and we could also feel that during the show last night as an opening act, you know. Like, people were really open-minded, they liked what we did, and we just did what we always do, you know. We didn't try to be more metal or whatever. We just were who we are, and people appreciated it.
People who are 16, 17, 20, 21, when you have a music during the time, when you make connections to songs and bands in this time, those are your songs for life, you know. It doesn't matter if it's cheesy or if 20 years later people look back and they say, oh, that was corny or it wasn't good. Those are still your songs, no matter what. When you go to a wedding or you go to a disco and you hear those songs, you jump up, you sing. So people that had Dog Eat Dog in their ears as teenagers still come back to this sound, and that's been nice for us. I think that's what helped us continue during the times when we're not making records, that people still appreciate and they can connect to those songs even 20 years later. It's a blessing for us, and we feel proud about that.
How did you initiate the brand new breed?
It's been an ongoing process for the last couple of years. We didn't come to a point where we said, okay, let's make a new record. It started with how we felt when we were on tour together, and that ongoing feeling, that ongoing power that we had when we came together and played those shows made us think about the future. You know, like is there any dog eat dog in 1, 2, or 3 or 5 years? And we just like the energy and the vibes we had within the band was so good and still is so good that we decided to create something new, but it was a step-by-step decision. So we started jamming along in between touring and creating new ideas, and we definitely needed to find someone who put that all together. I'm talking about a producer. So it wasn't just about finding a record label or finding a producer, bam, and then do it. Like, we needed to find a fifth guy who truly understands our music, our vibes, our ideas, and gives an additional, I don't know, 10 or 20% in it, a different perspective, to make it a new record. Because what we definitely didn't want to do was All Borrow Kings Part 2. You know, like, if we make new music, we have to impress ourselves. So we're very critical, and that's what we just did with the brand new Breed EP. You know, like those 4 songs that we created, they're fresh, but at the same time, they're still dog eat dog. And I think that was an ongoing process, but we're all happy with the new product, with the new songs. We play them every night. They work for us, they work for the fans, and this is just something we all are very happy about it.
Why did it turn out an EP and not a full album?
When we started this process, we had no idea if it's 1 song, 2 songs, 3 songs, and the songs developed, the ideas developed organically, and in the end, it became, hey guys, do you want to finish these 4 songs and have something, or do you want to take a break? Because, as I mentioned, Dog Eat Dog's not full time. We're here from April until maybe September or October. That's the window where we can tour. And in the end, we decided, let's have something ready for next year instead of trying to make an album. Me personally, I also feel that for almost any band, it's a little ridiculous to make a whole album in 2017. That's not the way people consume music. People consume music mostly by singles and videos. They're already on to the next one before the song is finished. So it's not a vinyl and let's look at every credit and things like that. People, they don't buy and listen to music that way. So I thought 4 was a good step, and everybody in the band felt like this is the right way to go about it. We have 4 songs that are different from each other but fit together, and it's an easy package. It's not just one, but it's not a full record either. In the future, who knows? Right now, we don't have a business plan. We just freestyle and organic is how we're doing it. And we'd like to make some new music this summer, but maybe it's 1 song, maybe it's 2, maybe it's another 4, I don't know. But we're starting the process again. But all we have is a goal to do something, and then we figure out what that something is.
Die Tatsache, dass wir jetzt so quasi ebenso in der Wacken Family so ein bisschen aufgenommen werden, ist für uns natürlich etwas extrem Spezielles, und das möchten wir nicht wissen. Wir haben letztes Jahr Full Metal Mountain gespielt, jetzt sind wir auf dem Full Metal Cruise, wir spielen das Wacken Open Air, das auch für uns und für mich persönlich ein riesen Highlight sein wird dieses Jahr. Wir sind einfach jedes Mal happy, wenn wir in Deutschland spielen können. Wir bekommen wirklich den Support, den wir auch benötigen.
We're living in a world of plenty and sail the 7 seas. We came together here to celebrate the steam.